what is the best niche for B2B cold email? Now, whether you're a beginner or you're a little bit more seasoned or you already have some clients and you're trying to look for a way to niche down into their specific target market, I put together a little guide to be able to help you effectively figure it out and use different type of pretty unique methods that we've come up with to effectively make sure that you get all the information you need to properly make a decision on who to go after and who to make as your ideal client. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's no going in there and I'm not going to tell you, listen, this is the best niche. It's going to make you the most money, get you the best results. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist, right? There's so many variables, so many different things that go on and factors that come into play, right? Like your offer, how much does it resonate with your offer, and especially when, primarily over cold email, it's a different ball game compared to like ads or DMs and anything of that sort. So without further ado, I'm Alex Woung. Let's just get right into this video. So when you're starting or scaling your cold email outreach, choosing the right niche is everything, right? When you want to effectively get down to a specific segment of a market and try to figure out how to get the best results, there's going to be a lot that goes on compared to the industry, right? Let's take like beauty, for example. You're going to have a lot of niche and even sub niches of, let's say, makeup, hair care, and anything of that sort. And it's about finding the niche that aligns with your offer, your knowledge, and what's going to make you stand out from the competition. So let's figure out how you can effectively do that for yourself and your agency. Now, when you are beginning, right, you want to make sure that you are a specialist, not a generalist. I know the good old saying, but it's just that simple. Specialists win at the end of the day because when you're specialists, clients instantly trust you more. They know that you understand their industry, speak their language, and can solve their problems. And generalists often get lost because their offers are too broad. Now, a little bit of background on myself. Industry we primarily serve is marketing and advertising agencies, and that is all because a couple of years ago, or a little bit more than a couple of years ago now, I used to own a social media marketing agency, right, for local businesses. It's what I did around my area and primarily the state that I live in, and that's what I had knowledge in. Now, we're going to go over why that is important in just a moment, but especially being a specialist can help effectively go after that segment, and in that segment, you can really make a name for yourself. If you did SEO for e-commerce agencies, that is such a broad market that you're going after where it's going to be hard to differentiate yourself your way from other people. Now, if I went in there and saying, hi, we increased your conversion rate by 25% on your site for makeup and beauty e-commerce agency or e-commerce platforms, right? And we special tailor our services to you guys and so on, right? That's just like a very ballpark of it. The thing is that is very direct to them, right? Again, there's so many e-commerce platforms, e-commerce stores, but if you really niche down, you could kind of quote unquote take over that segment, right? And the reason why is because when you spread yourself too thin, focusing on becoming an expert in one industry will lead to far better results at the end of the day because you make yourself the go-to person for that specific niche. And then you could close deals significantly faster because you could just leverage the exact same case studies of people who are just like them and even charge higher prices for being a specialist in that industry, right? But don't worry about picking something super specific right now if you were just starting out. You're going to want to start with a broad market. I'm going to tell you how to test that and see where you get the most demand and then niche down from that. Who makes more money? It's that simple. A general surgeon or a heart surgeon? If you were having a major heart transplant, would you want a surgeon or would you want a heart surgeon? If you use that logic, it just makes sense. Pardon me really quickly. I just want to jump right into this video and give you guys a short rundown on our private coaching community called Lead Academy. So what is Lead Academy? Lead Academy is a private coaching program that we have that has over 300 students in it who are effectively all in the lead generation business, right? For only $99 a month, you could get access to free scrapers such as Built With, Store Leads, Clutch, Agency Vista, Google My Business, Yellow Pages, GetLocka, and Good Firms. And this is 30 million plus leads hosted in the cloud, ready for you to scrape on demand. You also get 24 plus hours of course content. You get access to our brand new automatic inbox placement test with 15% off Email Guard lifetime. You also get access to 3 weekly group coaching calls, a community of lead generation experts in any niche, and a ton of different plug and plays, including 10 plus hours of real sales calls, VSL, landing page, hiring, and contract templates. You're also going to get access to our format company names tools, CSV breaker, a more exclusive professors community, group buying session, and 24/7 priority access to myself, George, and Tyler, and more, right? Now, you're also going to get everything from the student plan. If you want to be more conservative, we have a $49 a month plan that gives you access to the Lead Academy community, 1 weekly group coaching call, access to all strategic partnerships, including 35% off Google inboxes for the first month and 10% off lifetime after that. Brand new, different lead scrapers, coaching, access to limited time deals from our team, personal help with your scripts and deliverability, and everybody else who are in the same business. Now, choice is yours. It's $49 or $99 with no minimum commitment. If you don't like it, we'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. And if you like it, we're going to give you everything you need to succeed with your cold outreach. Now, also, on top of this, we are now offering a 7-day free trial for you to test it out, even see if you like it, and then go ahead and go from there. Now, for my family and community out there, using code DULCY, Dulce, gets you 20% off your first month. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys there. So, one of the most basic places to start is going off of by what experience you have. So, you're going to pick a niche that you already have knowledge in from either previous roles, experiences, jobs, etc. The only niche that makes sense to go after is obviously the one you have the most information on. Now, just because me, John, Joe, whoever else are in one niche doesn't mean that that makes the best sense for you. So, if you don't have any relevant experience, that's totally okay. That's not the end of the road for you. So here's what you can do. You can begin to do a lot of research on whether what you like or what makes the most sense based off statistics, study different industry blogs, podcasts, read books, articles, anything of that sort, just to get a base level of knowledge. Get on calls with people in different industries if possible to understand what their pain points are and talk about how you could solve them effectively. We're going to go over a unique way you could do that in just a second. And you can learn from others in the space, connect with people or companies who've already made it, and ask them questions on what they did, essentially. Now, what are those type of questions you could ask? Well, if you have a niche in mind, you could begin going down this list of figuring out whether the niche is growing or sinking, shrinking. I'm not going to do newspaper marketing. That's just a little bit not today. What are the biggest pain points in their industry? Do I know enough to speak confidently in the space? Is there enough demand and not too much competition? Is it difficult to get into contact with these decision makers? And do they have enough money? I know this sounds kind of funny, but it's really true, because the difference between working with someone who will give you a lot of headache and try to nickel and dime you or make it impossible to close adds a significant amount of stress on a business, rather than just having a prospect who will say, okay, let's get started, right? So if you could confidently answer these questions, you're going to be on the right track. Now, here is how you can do some of that market research to get more insight on what you are looking to do and learn more about something, right? Because just because you think you want to do something, once you go into, doesn't exactly mean that that's what you'll end up doing. And there's no better way to test it than find out. So once you kind of have like a niche or two in mind, you can dig deeper into the market, and here's how you could do it. One of these is a really unique way that I've saw and I just fell in love with, is pretending you're a student. So you could call who your ideal customers would be, ideal prospects, and act like you're a student doing research. Get them to open up about their pain points, what they're struggling with, and the solutions they've tried. You could just be like, hey, my name is blah, 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 and I go to X, Y, and Z university, and we are doing a project for, I don't know, marketing or whatnot, and we were asked to do some market research on the different pain points and things that X, Y, and Z industry businesses struggle with. Do you have 5 minutes to discuss with me on, or answer a couple questions? Anything of like that sort? I'm sure you can spin that however you want to. Also, talking to other agencies as well if you can. You could get on calls with other agencies operating in your potential niche and learn what's working for them and where they see opportunities, right? I'll be honest with you, when I first started way back in the lead gen side, I really was interested in cybersecurity, right? And it's a very interesting niche. However, if I was at least sat down and told about that, if you don't have the most knowledge in that industry, it's going to be very hard to crack, especially as a beginner. So I was like, I'm going to steer away from that direction, right? But I would have never known. Using ChatGPT, Google, and Cura, and I just asked different industry questions to ChatGPT. It's extremely knowledgeable. Can answer almost any question that you have. Use Google to research different industry insights and check forums to see potentially if other people are asking about the same question. And there's no better way to actually go out and test it out, right? Once you narrow down a couple of potential niches, it's time to see which one fits the best. And what you could do is just launch 2 campaigns. This is what we do for some client or for our clients of like just 10K leads. I know it's a little bit pricey if you're just starting. But if you're not, like if you're just trying to look into like niche down, this is not a bad idea, and target a couple niches of your choice, right? Use the same offer, script, and call to action. You could do different variants of each for both campaigns and track your results, right? It's that simple. Just see which one gets to more replies, booked calls, or conversions, however you want to track that. If you're getting replies and booking calls, then you're on to something. And if not, then don't be afraid to pivot. It's all about trial and error and figuring out what works. And now I do have a little bit of average cold email conversion rate by industry. This was something that I found online. I think it was focusdata.com or anything like that. But this is effectively, I think, of a year or so ago on the actual conversion rate of cold email by industry, right? I'm not going to go over each one of these, but it's varied from most cold emails sent to the least amount. You can check this out. The document is in the description down below. And you can see, like, for example, SaaS, the conversion rate's 0.03%. You need to send probably about 3,000 emails on average to close the deal, right? Of course, you could do better or worse than this depending on how you do. But you even see here that cybersecurity example I gave you is 0.05%, which is just under 2,000. Even marketing and advertising is just over 1,000 at 0.08%, and so on. As you go down, you can see it gets more and more different type of niches, right? Like freight and shipping, e-learning platforms, education, software, property management, and so on, right? It's endless. I'm not going to go over all of them here, but now just because an industry seems like a good fit on paper doesn't mean that its prospects also will respond well to cold email outreach. And there's, again, no better way to find out than to test and validate your offer with real campaigns and see what happens from there. So if you are looking for a complete done-for-you service where we handle everything from buying domains, getting email accounts, to creating your campaigns, getting your leads, and effectively all you need to do is take the sales call, then we should have a talk, right? If you're a B2B service-based business and you want qualified calls consistently booked on your calendar, let's set up a free outbound audit. We'll review your business, discuss acquisition strategies, and share outreach ideas. And the absolute worst case scenario, you walk away with invaluable insight. And best case, we begin to fill your calendar with a series of new sales opportunities. So that's all I have for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.